Marfa in West Texas had always seemed too small to hold big secrets. But that was exactly what attracted people like Daniel Roca, a Brazilian photographer. He crossed the desert to capture the famous Marfa lights, bright orbs that appear at night, float on the horizon, and vanish without any definitive explanation. Daniel arrived on a hot afternoon when the sun seemed glued to the sky. The town breathed dust, silence, and mystery. Empty streets, old storefronts. It felt as if time moved more slowly there. At the only cafe still open, a white-haired woman told him, without smiling, "The lights show themselves to people who aren't just looking for a photo." He laughed, assuming it was just local folklore. That night, Daniel drove to the famous viewing area. He set up his tripod, adjusted the camera, and waited. The cold desert wind cut into his skin. The silence was so deep he could hear his own heartbeat. Then a light appeared, not like a distant headlight, but like something alive, gently pulsing. Daniel started shooting. 1 photo, 2, 10. The light moved a little closer, changing color, as if reacting to his presence. Suddenly, the camera shut off by itself. His phone lost signal. The air grew heavy. "Don't be afraid," a low voice said, seeming to come from everywhere at once. For a moment, he felt the strange sensation of seeing images that weren't his own. Old railroad tracks, soldiers crossing the desert, children running where there was now only sand. Soldiers crossing the desert, children running where there was now only sand. Children running where there was now only sand. In the blink of an eye, it was over. Darkness. Silence. The next morning, Daniel woke up in the town's motel, with no memory of how he had returned. The photos were still on his camera, but none of them showed any lights. Instead, each image revealed scenes from Marfa's past, from decades he had never lived through. Scenes from Marfa's past, from decades he had never lived through. He was never able to sell those photos or explain them. But years later, he still said the same thing to anyone who asked about Marfa. That town doesn't show mysteries. It remembers them.